Audio Gamesters, coming to you today with pickups video number 5. These are pickups over the past month or so from eBay, GameStop, my local play and trade. I had a bunch of stuff to trade in at the play and trade, and I got a bunch of stuff with that credit, and then I've been getting real good deals on eBay and at GameStop. And I've been selling a lot of stuff off and things and getting new things in. So, doubles and things, games that I played and found I didn't really care for and all that jazz. So, without me burbling on any further, I'll just get into my pickups. My one lone Saturn game, and this completes my Resident Evil, at least the numbered collection. I still have a couple of other games to get after this, but in the numerical series, this completes it. Finally broke down, but I did manage to get it for a good price. I just want to replace the case because a hinge got broken on it, and the case just looks really bad. But if you haven't guessed, it's the first Resident Evil. I had heard this was the best version of the game, so I held out until I could get a copy for a pretty good price. When I bought it, the hinge wasn't broken, and for those of you, if you're selling Saturn games, please make sure you wrap these up. These cases break if you just breathe on them wrong. So what ended up happening was he put it in a bubble mailer and the hinge broke, but I would have replace the case anyway because it's just all scuffed up and it really doesn't look that great. But I'm really excited to have this, and this does complete my Resident Evil collection thus far, 1 through 6 at least. I'm still working on a couple of side games that came out. And pardon my hoarse voice, allergies are just killing me. It seems every day I'm waking up hoarse and it just doesn't get any better. So until allergy season is done, I'm gonna sound like this off and on. My one lone Sega Genesis game that I bought, I finally got Beauty and the Beast, Belle's Quest. This completes my Beauty and the Beast Genesis set. I also have Roar of the Beast, that's the boys' game. This was the girls' game. I haven't played it yet, but I love Beauty and the Beast. I actually just found out that the Super Nintendo had a Beauty and the Beast game. I wasn't aware of that, so I'm going to try and get my hands on that. It looks to be pretty pricey, but I'm eyeballing a cart right now that doesn't seem like it costs too much, so I'm going to get stuck in that. I'm a huge Beauty and the Beast fan, and I love to buy anything Beauty and the Beast related. And that is complete in its case, by the way. Case is a little beat up, but I don't care too awful much about that. This next stack of games are for the Game Boy Advance. I got Mega Man and Bass, and I do have the manual for this, I just didn't bring it over. I got Sonic Pinball Party, which it seems this game's kind of pricey and it's a little hard to come by, but I managed to win the auction for cheap, and I'm glad to have it. I love pinball games, I love Sonic, and so this was just right up my alley. I also got a copy of the Pac-Man collection. Now, I had this once upon a time. I still have the manual. I have no idea what happened to the cart. So I just went ahead and bought the cart for cheap at Play and Trade using some of my credit. I also got a copy of the first Golden Sun. I want to get the manual for this, and I also want to get the second Golden Sun and its manual. And that does it for Game Boy Advance games. The next game I've got is for the SNES, and that is the Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. Now, as I said, I used credit to buy this. It does have some stickers on the label here from Hollywood Video. There's a sticker on the back. If anybody knows a good way to get rid of these without doing a lot of damage to the label, please let me know, because I want to try and get these off, and I think that you can, but it's going to damage it a little bit, but I really don't mind. I'd just rather not have the sticker there. Next game is for the NES. That is a copy of Mickey Mousecapade. Got it from my local Play and Trade. It's in beautiful shape. The label's nice and glossy, and there's really no scratches or dings on it, so I was happy to pick that up. I got a copy for the PlayStation. I got a copy of Darkstone. This is one I've been looking at for a while, and it's kind of a Diablo-esque top-down sort of RPG. And I don't know, it just looked interesting. It was really cheap. I had a bunch of credits, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. It's in mint condition. There's a couple of tiny scratches on the disc. It's basically flawless, so I wasn't going to pass it up. Next game is for the DS, and that's Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. With this game, I am caught up on the entire Mario and Luigi RPG series, at least thus far. I got the case in the game, didn't realize it didn't come with a manual when I got it. I saw it didn't have a manual. It was really cheap anyway, but I went ahead and I bought a manual, so it's on its way to me, so it will be complete shortly. Next two games are for the 3DS. I got a copy of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. I only need one more game, and that's the one that just came out lately, Professor Layton and the Arzen Legacy, in order to complete my entire Professor Layton series. So I'll be picking that up in not too long. I also got, and some of these games have stickers on them. I didn't take the stickers off because all I was doing was keeping them in bags so I could remember to show them in a pickups video. So after I shoot this video, I'll be doing a bunch of sticker removal. But I got Fiat Rhythm, Final Fantasy. Now, I already have this game, and I have it cart only. I haven't beaten it yet. I do enjoy it a lot. If you can find it, I recommend you do so and play it. It is a phenomenal game, especially if you're a fan of Final Fantasy and the Final Fantasy music. However, in my old age, I've gotten to where I like to have things complete, especially if they came in cases like this. So I saw this in GameStop, and I just went ahead and rebought it, and I'll be trading in or selling on my cart-only copy. So I've been buying up a lot of cases on eBay too, so I can go ahead and complete some of my things. Next stack of games is going to be for the Wii. I picked up a copy of Samba de Amigo. I've heard some good things about this game, that it's just this cute little rhythm game. I haven't tried it yet, but it was 89 cents complete. So it had, yep, it has everything. Disc and manual, so you can't beat that. Even if I don't play it very much, it's 89 cents. Okay, I also got a copy of The House of the Dead 2 and 3 Returns. Been looking for this for a while. Found it complete. And I haven't taken the, like I said, I just kept it in the bag, so I haven't taken it out of its little yellow disc holder. But yeah, it's complete with the manual. Happy to get that. I love zombie games, and I just picked up a Wii Zapper not too long ago, so I can play these games as they're meant to be played. I got House of the Dead Overkill. That completes my House of the Dead collection on the Wii. I still have to get House of the Dead 1, but that is so pricey for the Saturn, so really haven't got up the courage to spend that kind of money on it, but I would like to have it for the Saturn. Got a copy of Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. This completes my collection of Resident Evil games for the Wii. I started on my Prince of Persia collection. I got Prince of Persia Rival Swords. And I was kind of excited to get this considering it's one of the cheaper Wii titles, and GameStop is starting to phase out a lot of their Wii games, and they're getting rid of cases and just doing the crappy generic cases. So I was really excited to pick this up complete. The next game is for the GameCube, and that's Resident Evil 0. I got this a little bit ago, but I haven't tried to pick up this video for so long. It's the first time I've been able to show it. I believe the only Resident Evil games I'm missing at this point are Resident Evil Survivor for the PlayStation 1 and Resident Evil Dead Aim for the PlayStation 2. I'm going to try and lay my hands on those in not too long. Next stack of games is for the PS2. I got Naruto Ultimate Ninja. I did have this, but it wasn't complete with the manual, and I really had a hard time finding the manual. So I just gave my sister my other copy, and I picked this up at Play and Trade for cheap. Complete. I also got Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2 complete from Play and Trade. Now these next few PS2 games I got from GameStop, and the GameStop I was at had, and is still having, all of their PS2 games. They're 75% off. So I found some complete ones, and I picked them up for most of them literally pennies. So I was excited to get them. I got a complete copy of Secret Agent Clank. Got a complete copy of Star Wars Starfighter. I also got a complete copy of Namco Museum. So I was really excited to get all three of those for 75% off. I was like, what? And they're complete? I'm so there. I'm going to have to do sticker removal on some of them, but it doesn't matter. This next stack of games is for the original Xbox. Got a copy of Halo Combat Evolved. Now, yes, I know I've said I've played the Halo games, and I have, but I had Halo downloaded to my Xbox 360, and I didn't have a physical copy. I really like to have physical copies of my games. So I went on eBay, and I got the Game of the Year edition, but I got the pretty foiled edition. Now, I don't think it's that much more expensive from what I was seeing, but it's just kind of uncommon. They had two different versions. They had a regular version and a foiled version, so I really wanted the pretty version. I held out to get that. It's foiled all over and on the spine as well. It's nice. Also got a copy of Halo 2. I'm going to have to replace the case on this because the bottom got broken in transit. Please, people, make sure that you wrap your games up well, because I really hate to pay money and then have to end up replacing a case. But I did have a copy of Halo 2. I traded it away because it was a Platinum Hits copy. I really wanted a Black Label original copy, so I ended up fulfilling that wish. Got a copy of Panzer Dragoon Orta. Managed to pick this up for pretty cheap. It's my first Panzer Dragoon game, so I'm really excited to look into this and check it out. I just have to set up my Xbox. I pull it out kind of rarely, so, you know, I don't have a setup where I can have everything plugged in at the same time. I wish I did, but I don't at the moment. And last game is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I heard good things about this game. I believe I heard about it for the PS2. When I was at Play and Trade, I saw it for the Xbox, and I just went ahead and picked it up. It was complete. It's a little bit of sun fading, quite a bit of sun fading on the spine, but it doesn't matter. As long as I can still read the spine, I'm good. Next stack of games is for the Xbox 360. I got a copy of the limited or collector's edition of Viva Pinata. Now, the outer slipcase is just beat to hell on this. If anybody knows of an extra slipcase going for this, I would be interested in it. Just because I would like to have a better version of this. I can't get it to lay flat, and this is all cracked up. But I've heard really good things about this game, and it's just really fun and kind of blah and relaxing. So I give it a try. It looks really colorful and fun, so I thought, why not? I got a copy of Borderlands 2. I have played a little bit of the first Borderlands, and I really liked it, so I decided why not go ahead and get 2. Got a copy of Dead or Alive 4. It was really cheap, and I like 5 a lot, so everybody said 4 was still really good. It aged well. I believe if it wasn't a launch title, it was fairly close to being a launch title, so I don't know, I like fighting games. Now this, I was shocked when I saw it, and it's an Atlas title, so I'm not quite sure how I missed it, but it's The Last Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Not only is it an Atlas title, but it's a Sherlock Holmes game, and I love Sherlock Holmes. I've been a fan of Sherlock Holmes since my dad read my sister and I the entire collected works of Sherlock Holmes. I think he's great. I love to watch Jeremy Brett play Sherlock Holmes. If you haven't seen the Jeremy Brett Sherlock Holmes TV series, you need to look it up and watch it. I love it to bits. I think he was Sherlock Holmes, just for all intents and purposes, and although I am a huge fan of Robert Downey Jr., I think he's the bee's knees. I really don't care for his Sherlock Holmes movies. Breaks my heart, but I really don't. So anyway, I haven't played this yet, but I picked it up because I was real excited to see it. I'd never seen it before, so. Got a copy of Dragon Age 2. I've heard bad things about this game, but I've also heard some good things, and I know Dragon Age 3 is getting ready to come out in probably not too long, so. I got a copy of Tomb Raider. Now, I thought I would play the reboot. I didn't much care for the original Tomb Raider games, but I thought I would play the reboot. The reboot looked really good, and this was actually, now it says $25, but I did not pay that. This was one that he pulled out of the drawer at GameStop. You know how they do. I have to watch them like hawks because I like to switch cases on me. But it just looked infinitely better than the ones that I had played before in the past. So I thought I'd give it a shot. And if it's a good reboot, I'll continue on with the series. I got a copy of Bullet Witch. This is one I had to piece together because when I got it, it was just the outer case, and it was the green case, a neutral GameStop artwork, and the game. And I ended up purchasing another copy of Bullet Witch for insanely cheap on eBay, and it was a black case, original artwork, and manual. So I just pulled the original artwork out, pulled the manual out, slapped it in this case, which I still need to do a little bit of sticker removal on, and I traded in the other game. So last but not least, I got a copy of the first Saints Row. This is missing the manual, but I ordered another manual and it's on its way to me. Just thought, if I'm going to play, because I've seen gameplay of Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4, I thought if I was going to get stuck into the series, I might as well start at the beginning. And as far as I could tell, the only system that had the first Saints Row was the Xbox, so I'm going to collect Saints Row for the Xbox. Okay, now the last stacks of games that I have, and I say stacks, are for the PlayStation 3. Because although I like my Xbox, I am a PlayStation and a Nintendo nerd. So I end up collecting more from my PlayStation 3 than I do from my Xbox. Okay, first up, I have a copy of the reboot of the Prince of Persia franchise. I'd never seen it. I just was browsing in GameStop and I said that looks interesting, and it kind of started me on my Prince of Persia thing. Now the one that I picked up for the Wii is from the original, so that started my original collection, but kind of hope they do more because it looks really, really neat. I don't think it's sold very well though. Picked up a copy of Assassin's Creed 3, and Assassin's Creed 4 is on sale right now at GameStop, so I'm going to be picking that up very shortly. Got a copy of Lost Planet Extreme Condition. Got a copy of Lost Planet 2. Still don't have 3 yet. I got a copy of The Darkness. I might be trading this one in. I don't know. It looks kind of... Well, I mean, the name is The Darkness, but, I mean, it looks really kind of dark and gritty, so I don't know if I'm going to keep this one or not. I'll have to see, but I went ahead and went for broke because it really wasn't very, very expensive, and I got The Darkness too. I'll probably enjoy it. It's a 2K game, so. Got a copy of Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I'm mad because I just checked this one and I noticed that he swapped the case on me and it doesn't have the manual. The one I picked out had the manual, so that's why you gotta watch GameStop, people, because they will try and do that to you every time. Got a copy of Darksiders. It's okay because I can pick up a manual for it, but I just rather not have to do that. I got a copy of Darksiders 2. Basically a copy of Resonance of Fate. And I did this because it seems to be that it's getting harder and harder to find it complete. So I thought before it disappears entirely, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a complete copy. This next game coming up was like that as well. So I decided to go ahead and get it. It's Fear. Now my chicken behind, I don't know why I picked this up. Well, I kind of do because I got curious about it, but I'll probably scare myself silly playing it. I got a copy of Dead Space. Now, the gameplay footage, everybody says this is really scary. Oh my gosh. The gameplay footage of Fear scared me more than the gameplay footage of Dead Space, so... Got a copy of Battlefield Bad Company. Yes, I am starting to get into these games. So, you know, I don't know. FPS, probably suck at it, but I just thought I'd go ahead and give it a shot. Keeping within that same vein, I got Battlefield Bad Company too. I heard, as far as Battlefield goes, the Bad Company series is actually the best, so that's why I decided to go with that. If anybody has any other recommendations for FPSs, let me know what you think might be good. Okay, now this next game, everybody's gonna go, ah! I got Duke Nukem Forever. Yes, I know. Kill it with fire. I know. But I was kind of watching footage of it. This is a game that is not meant to take itself seriously, and I don't know what people were going and expecting on this, but it seemed to me it was kind of funny and amusing, and the creator said it's not meant to be taken seriously. It's a game that's just stupid and silly and crazy, so I decided to play it and judge it on its own merits. Okay, last stack. I picked up a copy of Fracture. And I got it brand new for $10. So I was really kind of excited, you know. I've heard good and bad about this game, but it is a LucasArts game, and those are getting hard to come by since they dissolved LucasArts. It's a very sad day. I'm a big Star Wars Lucas fan. Okay, now I don't know if I'm going to kill it with fire on this one or not, but I got a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops. And now, the funny story about this is I did have Black Ops once upon a time. Actually, I didn't have it. I had a coworker, when I first got my PS3, bring it into work and shove it in my face and like, you have to play this. Well, as I mentioned, I believe in my last video or the video before, when I first got my system, I was trying to be girly girl with it. And I said, oh yeah, thank you very much. He also gave me Lego Harry Potter, and I did play that for the PS3. But I kind of let this sit, and I said, I'm never, ever, ever going to play this. Why did he give it to me? And I never played it. Well, lo and behold, years later, I ended up picking up a copy of it. Just because I got curious about it. It was something I haven't played, and I said, you know what, let me give FPS first-person shooters a try, see what I think. So I decided to come home to roost with Call of Duty Black Ops. I do want to get Ghosts. I hear good and bad about that, but the story seemed interesting. I got a copy of Blur. It's a racing game I've heard good things about. You know me and my racers. Best Buy was doing a special not too long ago. And I picked up the Lego Movie video game. I love this movie. I'm stalking the release page to see when it's going to be released because I'm picking it up day one. But yeah, I heard good things about the video game, and it's a Lego game based on the Lego Movie, so I really think you can't go wrong. It's still sealed because I haven't played it yet. Obviously. I got a copy of Conan. Now, the funny thing is, I haven't played this yet either, but it seems to me this game is kind of getting to be a little pricey. Now, when I picked it up, it had the original case, and the disc, and some kind of crappy GameStop cover art. So I ended up getting cover art and a manual for it, and now it's complete. But I may pick up another case because this case is just so dirty and nasty, and I didn't realize it till I put the nice, shiny cover art in it. I got a copy of Resistance, Fall of Man. Got these a little out of order here. I got a copy of Resistance 2. And I got a copy of Resistance 3. The whole series was actually pretty cheap pickup, so figured why not go for broke and get the whole thing. Okay, I got a copy of Killzone 2. And I got a copy of Killzone 3. And I just ordered a copy of Killzone 1 today, so that should be coming shortly, and I'll start with that and work my way up. I got a copy of Time Shift. It's a Sierra game. It seemed kind of interesting, I don't know. Now this is a game that somehow I stumbled across the trailer, and the trailer made me laugh. If a trailer makes me laugh, I have to play the game, because I'm thinking the game is probably pretty good, or it's humorous enough to make me laugh. And that is Hunted, the Demon's Forge. Now, if you're not sure why the trailer made me laugh, call on the GameStop website and look up the trailer. I don't know, I thought it was funny. The dynamic between the female character and the male character, it amused me. I got a copy of Infamous 2. Again, picked up a copy with a manual. They swapped it on me. Now I don't have a manual, so I have to get a manual. Get with it, GameStop. if I pick up a copy with a manual, that means I want the manual. Got a copy of Unreal Tournament 3. Haven't played it. Looked interesting. I got a copy of Brink. This is one I heard good and bad on. Again, it looked interesting to me, so I picked it up. It's a Bethesda game, so. I got a copy of Binary Domain. Seemed like an interesting little game. Looked kind of odd. It's about, if I remember correctly, it's about androids, kind of that fine line between human and machine and all that. I don't know, it seemed kind of cool. And last but not least, I think a game that gets hate but is actually not as bad as what people make out. I got a copy of Dark Sector. So, I can't remember who they said the voice actor was in it, but it was very cheap, so I thought, well, I'll give it a shot and see. So, that concludes my pickups video for right now. Another half-hour video, but again, I let pickups stack up and stack up and stack up, and then I just go and I shoot a video all at one time to knock all my pickups up out of the way, and then I start building them back up again. So, thank you very much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Click that like button. It really makes me feel good. I always try to respond to all my comments, and I read them equally if I get comments. That's been happening lately, but, you know, I love them when I get them. As always, peace, love, and happy gaming, everyone. Bye.